I compare a lot of party games to Codenames because, in my opinion, Codenames is probably my favorite party game that I've ever played. And you may or may not consider it a party game, but I think it's absolutely great. Up to 8, maybe 10 players for Codenames. It's just phenomenal. I feel like real strategy and real decision making and a lot of fun gameplay compared to what other people play for party games. Now, Decrypto, I think, is another great game to have in your collection if you like that kind of style of games. What this does is it provides a very similar experience where it's word-based, secret codes, and trying to outwit your opponents but still communicate to your teammates. I think it actually has a theme compared to Codenames. Codenames does have a theme, of course. It didn't really feel like you're spies and Codenames. This actually feels like you're sending encrypted messages or trying to encrypt it and the other team trying to decrypt it. It feels like that's what you're doing because it is what you're doing. And I'll show you through a little bit of the game being set up. So I think as I set up, it's better to show the pieces. So this is very difficult to read. But you throw it into one of these, and it becomes legible. That already feels very thematic and a very cool just component thing. All right, so setup is extremely quick. And normally these would be standing, there's little feet for them, but I want the camera to be able to see it. I want you to be able to see it. So as the game kind of looks like, there's a white team and a black team. And what you're trying to do is you have these secret codes that are just a series of 3 numbers. So as the black team, me and my partner are on a team. I don't show my partner what the code is. I don't tell them 412. What I tell them is we can both see this. And so if 412 is what I'm trying to get them to guess, I see it's puppet rat banana. I should say fuzzy mouse fruit. And they, by context of knowing this, will see 412 and then they say 412. Now the other team is listening. And what they're saying, what they're hearing is, let's write it down, shall we? So we don't forget. So white team heard furry mouse fruit. And then they heard that was 412. And they keep that in mind. Now the other team goes, they see their stuff, and then it's back to black to go again. The first round is kind of just getting ready. Now the second round, other person on our team, so I'm over here still. I'm the other person. I see my code is 413. So I need to get my partner to say 413, but in a way that the other team, having known the first clues, won't guess it again. So 413, puppet rep spy. So I'm trying to pick clues that won't relate to the first 3 clues that were given so that I don't give away the hint. So let's say Sesame Street cheese bomb. So I'm trying to communicate 413 to my partner, and they are thinking about it. And before they give their guess, their answer, the opposing team now has a chance to intercept the encrypted message. And so they think about it. They saw furry mouse fruit, that's 412. We heard Sesame Street cheese bomb. So why don't we guess Sesame Street furry, maybe, that makes sense. So that's a 4, cheese, they said fruit, so that seems related. So 2, bomb, I don't know what that is. That's probably 3. They guess 423 and incorrect. It's 413, yay, 413. So the opposing team did not intercept the message, and so nothing happens. And then the white team goes again. Now what happens if they do intercept it? They get an interception token. So if white team guesses it correctly, they get an interception token. 2 interceptions, they win the game. Now if I'm being too cryptic and telling my team member words that they don't really associate and can't guess, and they guess it incorrectly. That's a miscommunication token. So 2 of those, you lose the game. And so you're going back and forth trying to be clever but not too clever, just like you are in Codenames. And what this game does is it just mixes up kind of the way you communicate, and it feels more like you're on a team. The one thing in Codenames, it felt like the 2 spy masters were on a team and everyone else was on a team. Even though that wasn't the actual makeup, there was 2 separate teams, spy master and teammates, spy master and teammates. I like how we sit on the same side of the table, we're thinking together, I'm trying to communicate to them, and then they're listening in. And this feels like a distinct enough game that I'm happy to have it on my shelf alongside Codenames, alongside Just One that just recently came out. And I bring them all out. And if a family friend comes and visits, like we bring this out. If friends from college come, or we're going to Thanksgiving, I bring just different games like this because they all have their unique feelings and they're all fun. So Decrypto, I think, is another solid game that I just really enjoy the team aspect of, and how it delivers on the feeling of being trying to communicate to your team in encrypted messages and trying to decrypt and intercept the other team's messages. So that's my thoughts on Decrypto. The last thing too is one of the rules is if you get to the end and there's still a tie, you're just so amazing. The way you break the tie is trying to guess the actual words. And I think most people do this at this point, is once the game's over, we just try and guess each other's words. That's such a fun way to end the game as well. Anyways. There's Decrypto.